Hello, everybody. Welcome to GeesBeeCee Women with Words. It's a Thursday. It's another Thursday, and I'm here. You just get me tonight. It's just me that you have tonight. I'm here. I hope everybody's doing fine. If you're out there and you want to come on and come sit with me so I don't be alone, just let me know. I'll send you the link. So this is Open Mic. We're going to do whatever we can today. The show must go on. So we're here. We want to encourage you to share the show. Invite somebody to come and join us. If you want to come, like I say, I'm giving an open invitation. If you're here and you're watching this live and you say, let me go sit with Glenda so we can talk. We're talking about women today. We're celebrating women. We just celebrated International Women's Day on yesterday. So we have a lot of things here on the list that we're going to be talking about from my perspective, my opinion, how I feel about it. Sometimes it's, I wish there were someone here to talk with me so we can discuss it, but you're just going to get my views today. So I hope, and if you're at a place and you're at a good place, you're home, and you would like to come and sit with me, let me know. I'll send you the link and you can join me here this evening. The show is pretty short, it's usually an hour. So if you want to come on this show today and hold your sister hand up, women supporting women, you want to come and join, just holler at me, let me know, send a text to me, I'll put it in a live feed. I'm going to monitor it. And we'll go for that. I'm going to play our theme song again because this theme song celebrates women. This is a song we want to also recognize Auntie Miata Famula. She is the artist. She's the songwriter of our theme song, Oba Woman. So we want to first recognize her. We're celebrating, I guess we're going to celebrate International Women's Day today because the show wasn't aired yesterday. We're doing our show every Thursday, so we want to first celebrate Auntie Miata. We want to say thank you for allowing us to use your song as our theme song. It's Oba Woman. This is our time. I'm gonna let the theme song play again, and then maybe you can think about it and say, let me go sit with Glenda so we can talk tonight. Come on. If there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoever wants to come and join me, let me know. I'll send you the link and you can come in. Other than that, it's just me. So let's please invite somebody to come. The fact that I'm here today, you're gonna hear some all kinds of perspective from me. You're gonna hear my side on different things, different women issues, different topics as a woman. So welcome everybody. I'll play the theme song one more time, just to see if somebody will want to come and sit with me this evening. I'm here by myself. Agatha is away. Michael isn't here, and Eva couldn't make it today, but I'm here, and the show is gonna go on. So welcome. Let's listen one more time. This is to celebrate you as an international woman, a strong woman, a mother, a wife, a girlfriend, whatever you're doing. The fact that you're a woman, the month of March, we're celebrating Women's Month. So I'll play the theme song again. Auntie Miata, this song is your song and it's also for you. We honor you and we recognize what a powerful woman you are.
Calling all the women, calling every single mother, Oba woman, let us unite. nature's eyes. Ooh, come save your child. Come save your child. I said, come sisters. Come and take back your child. This great.
Hello. Nobody came on. It's just me. Hello. Welcome to GeesBeeCee Women with Words. It's Thursday. We also want to highlight that our show today is brought to you by, let me find the ad and say exactly who is sponsoring this episode today. Hold on one second. So it's just me now, so you will tag along. You will tag along tonight. I'm trying to find the ad for who is sponsoring the show tonight. Of course, you know it is Walwyn Port. His business is called M4M. It's mine. Hold on, let me not, so I can say the wrong thing. How you doing, my people? How you doing? We're here today. We're going to celebrate women. We're going to talk about any and everything. We want to talk about, you're going to hear my perspective on some things. I'm here. I've given an open invitation to you. If you want to come and sit with me tonight and join me, let's do this show. Come on. The show is brought to you by Walwyn Port, his business. Walwyn recently relocated to Liberia. He has a professional business. It is called Media for the Mind. They do everything. They set you up for promotions. They do video recordings. They do drones. You name it. Walwyn Port is doing all and everything. They do event visualization, Zoom meetings, business meeting facilitation, interview capture, podcast production, documentaries, audio and video communication, public service announcement, and digital content creation. If you see, there have been some work that he's done for other people. So this is a Liberian-owned business. Someone who just decided to go back to his country and support our country, Liberia. So Walwyn Port, we want to say thank you for sponsoring this episode of GBC. Now, let me do the most important thing I have not forgotten. It's just me today, so come on if you want to join me. I know Faustina not coming. Let me say hello to everybody who's here. You know, it's just me today. So anyway, I fall down, I will pick up from. Rosie Yatuma, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Faustina can join me now. Come sit down with me here. Now, one that I real miracle if Faustina come on this show today. I dare you to come on this show today. Welcome, everybody. Faustina says Pauline is here. Rachel, Amelia. Come on, Rachel. Come join me. You guys, come on. I'm just by myself tonight. Come join me until there's a few of you here that I'm not able to see your name. But if you're here, you're watching, this is your show. This is your show. This is my show. This is our show. We talk about women issues. We talk about men issues. We give our opinion on different things. Tonight, let me first introduce myself. My name is Glendy Jane Juniors, and I am the host tonight, all by myself on GeesBeeCee Women with Words show. First of all, we want to say Happy International Women's Day 2023. We celebrated it yesterday. The theme is surrounding gender equality and inclusiveness. The entire month of March is going to be the month for women. But yesterday we celebrated that. There were three important things. Let me just give some highlights from the International Women's Day. Their theme for this week was embrace equity embrace equity. I don't know what that means, but if I'm going to be monitoring, welcome, Evelyn. How are you? Oh my goodness, Evelyn Duke, my love is here. Welcome, welcome. Patricia, my darling, is here. Thank you all for joining us. Any one of you, the invitation is open. I'm here by myself tonight. So if you want to come and say, oh, Glenda, you're looking so lonely, come join me. I have a whole platform of stuff that we're going to be talking about, but welcome and thanks for joining us this evening. So this year, the International Women's Day, their theme was embrace equity. I can interpret it to mean they're talking about equality. They're talking about men. If there's a position for a woman, let her have that position. They're talking about men don't take all of the jobs. Let's make sure everything is equal. Let's make sure we reach out to women who can do these things. Let's not monopolize positions. Let's not monopolize trade. Let's not monopolize positions. So the theme this month for this year's International Women's Day was embrace equity. If you see it, if a woman can do it, don't say no because she's a woman. Let's work together in embracing equity, and embracing equity will also lead us to be able to become equal in all things. But there were three colors. They picked three colors for International Women's Day this year. They took green. Now I want this to be interactive. They took green. If you know what the green stood for in the colors, please write it on here. If you know what green stood for, just write it on there. They also had purple. I'm trying to monitor your responses here. Three colors this year was green, purple, and white. So let's count from 1 to 10 and see what you know about it. I want it to be interactive because you're my cyber audience. I'm just here talking to myself, but you're hearing me. So there were three colors for the International Women's Day. There was green, there was purple, and there was white. Who can tell me what the green color was for? What did the green represent? Anybody? I'm trying to monitor what's here. Like I said, it's just me today, Glenda Jane Juniors, in the cold seat, hot seat. I'm hosting the show today. GeesBeeCee Women with Words. Welcome everybody. Share the podcast. The green represented hope. Hope. That is absolutely correct. Green I don't know. I can't see your name, but yes, you're right. They had three colors this year. We talked about the theme for International Women's Day was embrace equity. The green represented hope. What did the purple represent? Purple. We're asking purple, three colors. I see you. Purple, what did the purple represent? The color purple, what did it represent for International Women's Day? So purple represented dignity and justice. Dignity and justice. Yes, thank you, Sis Paulina. Dignity and justice. And then the last color, white. What did the color white represent for International Women's Day? Who's there? Hope. Yes, thank you, Sis Paulina. You know all that you need to know. Purity. Yes. So if you didn't learn anything and you didn't know anything about it, you know, I'm so inclined and I like to know about things. I go to work yesterday and I had on all the colors. I had my dress had purple in it, it had white in it, and I had green fingernails. Fingernail polish on my nails green. And so I was telling my boss, or some of my bosses, they're Jewish. And so I was saying they don't get involved in politics and all those things. And then I was telling them, and believe it or not, there are some people, some women, who, and I tried to talk to a few women. There are some women on there who didn't know that yesterday was International Women's Day. and didn't know, when this thing started many years ago. I think it started in the early 1900s, I believe, and then they restarted again, I think 1974 or something. I read on, but they didn't know. But these are things we as women, this is how we're going to embrace equity when we become a part of the problems and the solution. When we learn those things and don't think that those things are not for us and we're not interested. So I want to encourage you, when you're hearing stuff and you don't know what it stands for, or what it means, or what it represents, educate yourself. I interviewed this nurse. She's been a nurse for a long time. And I asked her what were some of the difficulties women face. And what she said to me was being promoted. And she said for her to have overcome that, what she did was to make sure that she trained herself. We have a lot of people here who are a part of GeesBeeCee Network, who are CEOs, who work in jobs where it would not be necessarily an original woman's job. But because they were able to excel themselves, and they were able to say, yes, a man can do it, I can do it too. I'll highlight Faustina. A few weeks ago, we learned that she was the first Black woman that they hired in the role she's in. So as women, let's not continue. In order for us to embrace equity, we have to learn about these things. So that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about the International Women's Day yesterday. It's celebrated every year on March 8th. And yesterday, they had these three colors: green, white, and purple. And the theme was Embrace Equity. Now, let's go to recognizing some people. So, of course, this is March. March is Epilepsy Month. We want to continue to remind people, creating awareness. So epilepsy is a disease, is a diagnosis that is related to the mind, that is a mind disorder that is also related to seizures, seizure disorder. So it is a month for epilepsy. It's something that can be debilitating sometimes, and people do have that. So we want to create an awareness. We also, in the background, you can see these women, because it's Women's Month. We're celebrating these ladies here. All of these ladies here for the entire month. This is going to be our backdrop for the GeesBeeCee page. This is going to be a backdrop to say that we identify with women, we celebrate them, and we're with them. All right. So we had a competition. We always GeesBeeCee, me, always coming up with stuff to be able to engage people. So last year we did where we recognized a woman, Yinswa Livingstone, recognized her for the things that she's been doing. This woman has been feeding children every Saturday for many years. And so we recognize her as the mother of this page, mother of Liberia. So then we thought about what can we do again for International Women's Day for GeesBeeCee, the brand. Not the Women's with Words talk show, not the Us Kings talk show, not even the G Talk that's not a part, but what can we do for the for GeesBeeCee network as a whole, because it's a whole network of people. And so we ask people to nominate women. I'm sure some of you have a lot of women that you know that you wanted to nominate, but you're so lazy. Let me tease you. You're so lazy to nominate some people. Believe it or not, after we closed the competition, there were people still sending stuff to recognize some of their friends, but the competition was closed. And one of the things that I thought about is like, I don't want to hold, if you're out there and you want to, I'm not someone who likes compliments. I like today that I'm by myself. I can talk anything I want to talk. It's not like I can't talk at other times, but I don't like compliments. But I don't want to stop anybody who wants to give me compliments because I'm a part of the GeesBeeCee network. or because the GBC, I have something to do with it. So we created a interaction. Faustina, I see you not coming on the show. How do mama? How do? So we created a thing where people nominated. Believe it or not, I was gossiping about y'all. I, G, I gossiped to you all to Marjorie. I'm like, can you imagine? The instruction was this. We as women, in order to be able to embrace equity, we have to learn to read. Read. The instruction was simple. Nominate a woman, not a man, not 2 women, not 10 women. Nominate a woman. And some of you were nominating 10. I even laugh at Carolyn. This show today, I would just call people name. This show there's no, I'm not hiding anybody today. It's just me here. So even Carolyn, she went, nominated 8 women. When the post said a woman, she nominated 8. Then she went and wrote and said, I'm going to bring some more names. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. She said, I'm going to bring some more names. Ma'am, if you had read, if you had stopped, that's the thing about us. We're so picture focused. This is for Liberians. We're so picture focused. We see picture, we look at the picture, we move on. We don't even look at stuff. Like today, I miss messages. People send messages, oh, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Or at work, somebody sent me a message today, and I missed that. 2 days ago, I had some offer for something, and I missed it because I didn't read. So let me just say, so we had on the show Caroline, when I want to point her out, we said nominate a woman. Caroline came, nominated about 7 or 8 women, and then wrote under there, I'm coming back to nominate more people. Anyway, it was fun. It was really fun. We wanted to be able to Limu, welcome, baby. Welcome. You're all the way in Liberia and you're here watching with us. We want to recognize you, Sis Willametta. Welcome. You're welcome to GBC Women with Words. This is a show we have every Thursday evening. Where usually is Agatha, Eva, Michael, and I, but everybody's off today or doing something or busy. But I'm here. The show must go on, so I'm here tonight, just doing whatever I can do. Doing whatever I do that area because I don't want here on this show. When I want going to Colombia, I will go into Colombia. When I want going to Syria, I will go into Syria. When I'm going to know English, I will go into know English. But anyway, it said a woman. Yes. Recognize a woman. And people were recognizing several women. Mm-hmm. So several of you were not counted in the competition because we didn't follow instructions. So that's one thing we need to learn in order to be to embrace equity. We have to be able to stop, to listen, to understand, and to learn. So there were a few women who recommended people. I was so amazed, in shock. Like I said, I don't like for people to say thank you. I got a very nice message from Marjorie. There are some people that I'm connected to that know me and know me very well. And sometimes when they do things, I can't even argue because they're speaking the truth. And Marjorie did this beautiful video, just saying thank you or acknowledging me for the things that she thinks I'm doing good. Howard did it, I mean. And then there were other women who also kept writing my name and calling my name. There were a lot of other women who recognized. So in the end of the competition, since I had the most number and I didn't want it to be me, I wanted to recognize somebody in the community who has had an impact on me, who I have stood in awe watching, because it's another woman to another woman. We got to be able to lift up our sisters' hands. Everything is not about us. You know what I mean? Everything is not about us. We got to be able to to lift each other up. We got to be able to send praises when it's due. We got to be able to criticize when it's necessary. We got to be able to accept the criticism when it's done, but we also have to be able to give other people the chance to understand when criticism is being given, so they understand from whence you're coming. And it's two sides to everything. So I wanted to acknowledge someone who has had an impact on my life. And who had, I think it's living a phenomenal life. And so our face for the GeesBeeCee profile picture for International Women's Day went to Lady Jasmine. So we want to congratulate Lady Jasmine. Let me tell you about this woman. This young woman is a lot younger than I am. But the reason why Jasmine, I thought about her immediately, was because I've watched her from afar. They relocated from Minneapolis to North Carolina. She was there for a year, I think, or 2 years with the children, while her husband was in Minneapolis with the church there. They've since relocated together as a family. They started a church. They're building churches in other countries. They have ministries even in India. And not only that, with all of that, she has a daycare, and they recently opened a cafe. And if that was not something for me to highlight on her and not put the focus on me, then I don't know what else. So I give the honor to Jasmine, Lady Jasmine Williams. She was our International Women's Day face for the GeesBeeCee network. So this is why I want to tell you, next year we'll do it again. When we say woman, y'all please write back to me. When we say woman, I want to know whether you're still there. When we say woman, y'all should be able to do woman. Should be able to write back woman. We're at the halfway mark. We're going to do an advertisement for our sponsor, M4M. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. There are lots more things for us to talk about tonight. And of course, I am the host, the one and only here tonight. So here's a message from our sponsor about their business. We want for you to make sure you patronize this young professional Liberian business and tell them GeesBeeCee sent you. Welcome back. This is GeesBeeCee, and this is the Women with Words GeesBeeCee Network, and this is the Women with Words show. We come to you every Thursday at 7 p.m. And it's just me here tonight. Let me see if are there any comments. Yes. Let me see. Somebody said they're driving. You're driving, you're watching. I hope you will keep your eye on our road. All righty. We just recognized Lady Jasmine. Now I want to talk about something. We're talking about International Women's Day. We're talking about women. We're talking about embracing equity. We're talking about what roles do we know, whether we want to look at something to see if we feel that there has been an equal space in the world we live in. So want to talk a little bit about Africa. And so I asked the question the other night, how many countries do we have in Africa? How many countries? And somebody said 53, 54, somebody said 58. I think it's 53 countries in Africa. And so as I was thinking, I'm thinking about gender equality, and I'm also thinking about embracing equity. I decided to check and see, every time you see there's elections in Africa, you see men, you hear about men. So I wanted to see, not to be political, but I wanted to see in Africa whether there's a balance in the leadership of our country. Like, how many male presidents have we had to how many female presidents we've had? And so it will be interesting for you to note that in Africa we have only had 22 out of the 53 countries. I don't know, there are some of them who have not been colonized yet or not gained statuses yet, but we've had only 22 presidents, female presidents. Now, do you think that's gender? Do you think that's gender equality? I think to some degree it is embracing equity, because countries in Africa now are recognizing that women do it better. Yes, I said that. Yes, I said that women do it better. So they're now allowing women to be presidents. So I wanted to share the different I wanted to share a picture of the 22 women that have been president of Africa. And it gives me great pleasure to post this picture. I actually copied it. Let me give credit to Africa.com. And these are the women who have been allowed to be presidents in Africa. So put thumbs up. You come on, let's go. I want you to send hearts. Let's send hearts for these women. Let's send hearts for these women. These women, they've been allowed to, because for a long time, I think men felt that they were the only ones that's supposed to be presidents of countries in Africa. We're focusing on Africa. Now the fact that we've had 22 women become president in Africa, this is an amazing. I want to see hearts. Come on, give hearts. We're going to stay here a little bit because I want to make sure you know which countries in Africa. I told you that me on this show today, we'll do history, we'll do geography, we'll do math, we'll do everything. I need to see more hearts. We're recognizing this is what we call an introduction to embracing equity, because we have now had 22 women in Africa become presidents. And I'm just quickly going to go through the list. And while I do that, you make sure you post. So we've had a female president in Gabon, in Mali, in Tunisia, Mauritius, in Burundi, Uganda, Rwanda, Sao Tome, Senegal, Tanzania, Central African Republic, Togo, Gabon, Senegal we talked about, Sao Tome, Malawi, Ethiopia, Mozambique, Namibia. These are the women who have been allowed to serve as presidents. So to some degree, I can say that there is some form of embracing equity. 22, not too bad. If we say we have 53 countries in Africa, and we now have had 22 women presidents, and we'll go, who knows, I may run for president one day. And so I think we're getting somewhere. So congratulations. But the most important part is that the first female president in Africa was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So Liberia actually broke that boundary, broke that barrier, broke the seal. Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was the first female president in Africa. Now, there is somebody I would like to highlight, and actually, that person should have been on the show tonight for a little bit, but the time difference was just so huge that it would have been very difficult for her to come on. I mean, right now it's 7 a.m. in her country. She's in the Philippines, where she is. We want to be able to, this show, we want to take it to other countries, talk to people of other countries. And we're not just, we're a community network where we're networking with everybody else. I want to recognize somebody during the week. This person was highlighted to me by Faustina. This is, I'm going to read because we want to honor her. This young woman, primary education was in Liberia. Let me read a little bit about Victoria. I told you it's just me today, so I think we're doing good for the time, right? You praise me small now. So this is what she wrote to me. After I found out about her, Faustina had posted her. I reached out to her because I wanted to know a little bit more. I asked her if she would come on for an interview. She said yes, she agreed. But then it was like, she's in the Philippines. If I said, right now we're doing a show at 7:39 p.m., it is actually 7:39 a.m. in the Philippines, and she's getting ready to go to school. So I didn't think it was fair. So I told her to write about herself, and I would read it. My name is Victoria Aiden Tavas, and I was born in Monrovia, Liberia, at John F. Kennedy General Hospital, cordially known as JFK. Y'all listening? My earliest education background began at Levi C. Williams for a year, and then I was enrolled at the Montserrato International School, where I graduated from K2. At the moment of graduating, the Liberia Civil War began, and my family had to flee to Nigeria. When we returned to Liberia, let me hold on. Faustina, if you're still watching, please tag Victoria and her mom. When we returned to Liberia after the Civil War, I was enrolled at the all-girls Catholic school called St. Teresa's Convent. Yeah, Friskies. Ooh! Friskies, Friskies, Friskies. All righty, where am I? Secondary and high school. I graduated high school at the age of 16, but due to the Ebola crisis, I was not able to start university immediately. When the Ebola virus crisis began to slow down in Liberia, my thirst for continuous improvement, and not the one that sit and wait for things to happen, took me to Blue Crest International IT Institute, where I obtained an advanced certificate in information technology. By September 22nd, 2016, I relocated to the Philippines, where I enrolled as a medical laboratory scientist, medical technology after I graduated. I also enrolled with my master's degree, and I graduated as cum laude. Presently, I am taking up my doctorate degree in medicine. Victoria Travers was in a competition in the Philippines. She is now known in the Philippines as Miss Medicine 2023. Imagine someone going to grade school in Liberia, going to convent, and she's all the way across oceans in the Philippines. And so, Victoria, we are proud of you. Hats off to you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you for your achievements. We are so proud of you. This one, we're owning you. We know you're in the Philippines, but girl, you are so pretty. So, so pretty. Congratulations, Vicky. I've talked to her. She's so pleasant. I just thought it would be so unfair to have her come on, wake her up so early when she had to go to school and stuff. But we're following her. We're proud of her. We're going to find a convenient time that's going to be convenient for Victoria. This girl went to Levi Williams School in Liberia. She went to Levi Williams School. She went to St. Teresa's Convent. She's a summa or magna cum laude. Right now, she's studying medicine in the Philippines. And she will be back in Liberia to help our Liberian community. So, time is fast spent. I'm enjoying this thing. Look, I'm feeling like I'm a pro here. Any questions for me? Y'all got any questions? How you think I'm doing right now? How we doing? If you're just joining us, this is GeesBeeCee Women with Words. Yes, it is not. We honor you. There's so many Liberians all over the globe, all over the world, who too are doing exceptionally well. And so when we see these things, we have to be able to stop and highlight it and congratulate on her. This young woman went to Levi C. Martin Elementary School, graduated from K2, during the Ebola crisis. They had to run, I think, the Civil War ran to Nigeria, came back to Liberia, did IT, but now she finds herself all the way in the Philippines. And she is now known as the queen for medicine. The woman get smart. Cum laude. Some of y'all know what cum laude is? Congratulations, Vicky. I know you'll watch this show after. We're so proud of you. We're definitely going to bring you back on to be able to talk to you. I like what you said here, B. You said Liberia's capacity is not in Liberia. We honor you, Victoria. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not in Liberia. Sometimes Liberia, I think, let me describe Liberia as a person, and I don't think Liberia understands its worth. I don't think so. Because all of us here, we are the capacity that are building things, that are building structure. Structure not in physical buildings, but in the work and the things that we do, that Liberia has no idea of the capacity building that they have outside of Liberia as it relates to qualifications and the things that people are doing out there. We're doing great. Congratulations. She's a Liberian woman. We're proud of her. Want to talk a little bit quickly now. Let me go through my agenda here. We're talking about women. We're celebrating women in the month of March. This is where now you're going to hear my opinion on some things. And the first thing I want to talk about for a woman, some important things: self-care and self-compassion. Self-care and self-compassion. What's the difference? What is self-care as a woman? What's self-care to you? And what is self-compassion to you? This is where I want you all to talk. I want at least somebody to respond and say, what is self-care and what is self-compassion? When someone says to a woman, you need to have self-care, or someone says to a woman, you need to have self-compassion, what is that? What are those two things? Do they relate to one another? Anybody? Anybody? Self-care and self-compassion. because our focus is on woman. Self-care is taking care of you, treating yourself, putting yourself first, doing those things that matters to you, giving yourself the care that you need. And self-compassion is regarding having an attitude of kindness. Don't be so hard on yourself, girlfriend. I know it's easier said than done, but don't be so hard on yourself. You want to give yourself some health from self-care, and you want to be compassionate about the care that you're giving to yourself. You want to celebrate you, even when people don't celebrate you. It's hard. Sometimes people only see what they're going to see, regardless of what you do. The well-being of oneself is self-care. Yes, absolutely. And how you preserve that care is the compassion. It's the compassion, is the kindness that you provide to yourself. So it is important, first and foremost, to have self-care and to be compassionate about the care you provide to yourself. As a woman, sometimes it's difficult to provide yourself with self-care because you're thinking about everybody else. I'm trying to look at the feed and also talk. You're thinking about everybody else and except you. So as you celebrate this Women's Month, I want you to focus on knowing that you need self-care. And that self-care, the best self-care you can ever get, is provided by self. It's care provided by self in a compassionate way. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is setting and achieving personal goals. Don't let nobody set goals for you. Don't let nobody set goals for you. We're talking last night, and my son said, I'm an adult now. We have, family devotion. He said, I'm an adult now, and I'm at a place now, right now, where what my parents have to say will just be as like an advice, but they're not going to influence the personal decisions I have to make because I'm an adult. And when I said it first, I thought about it, but then I have to be comfortable that he has set some boundaries for himself. And he said, listen, I will hear you, but I have my personal boundaries. Yes, you can say, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. I will hear you. But me as an individual, I've decided to set boundaries for myself. And it is the boundaries that I'm setting. Those will be the boundaries that I'm going to follow and I am going to overcome. Sometimes people look at boundaries as only being about love. I want you to touch me, oh. I want her to touch me, oh. I'm not looking for love, oh. I don't want to be in love, oh. That's somebody I got to be about. I'm not looking for love, oh. I don't want to be in love, oh. And so that's the boundary they've set. And so even though people want to go beyond that boundary, you're blocked. You're blocked because they've set their boundaries, they've recognized their boundaries, and no matter what you do, they're not crossing their boundaries. So as women, we need to learn to set boundaries. And we need to also learn and be acceptable of the fact that when people cross our boundaries, we should be able to tell them, I said we were not going to do this and you did it and that's wrong. All of those things will help you to embrace equity, set boundaries. There can be general boundaries, but set personal boundaries and stick to them. When you have your boundaries and you set them, and you yourself are conscious of the boundaries that you've set, no one is going to cross it. Am I right or wrong? You set your boundaries. You know what you're gonna do. You know what you're not gonna do. And you know when enough is enough. And then some people will come and try you, and then what you do, you ignore them in the process. So set boundaries you want to provide in this 2023 as you move forward. Self-care, self-compassion, set boundaries, follow boundaries, but set some personal boundaries. The last thing I wanted us to talk about is um, time management and productivity. What is time management? What is time management and what is productivity? Time management. How are you managing your time? Are you setting time limits on the things that you're doing? Are you saying like me? I always refer to myself as, they have some patients where they have, say for example, someone who has dementia, their routine has to be the same because you've trained them for this routine. And so that's time management. So you can say to yourself, as I leave my house today, I want to be able to accomplish 3 things. And so you list those things. And then when you're going home, you check your productivity of those things. Life is short. Time is not waiting for us. So we have to be able to use the time we have wisely and manage the time and be productive with what we're doing. You can't want to do 100 things and not accomplish nothing. You cannot. It's easier said than done. Some of us, we've had to restart. Like this year, I described this year for me as full recovery. I'm restarting everything. Everything I am restarting, I'm in a restart motion because I want to be able to have boundaries. I want to be able to provide self-care to myself. I want to be loving and compassionate to me. I want to have some time management. But in the end, I want to be productive. So as a woman, as we embrace equity, let others see the qualities in you as you step up before them. Let them see the quality that's in you as you step up before them. Let them recognize your boundaries to the point that they do not try you, that they respect your boundaries. Yes. Time management aligns with accomplishing your goals. Absolutely. So I said to myself, I want to go back to school. I've given myself a time frame. I've given myself what I want to learn. For me to be able to go to school and get what I want to do in 2 years time frame, I must set some boundaries. I can't be traveling to every party. I can't be going on pleasure. I cannot be meeting and doing my assignments. So I have to manage my time wisely so that in 2 years time, I would have been able to be so productive and I would have been able to attain those goals that I set because I've put my things in proper perspective. Starting over is difficult, but it can be done. Somebody called me yesterday. I called somebody. There's a bill I think I have, and this lady called me. And then as we were talking, I was ready to go. Sometimes I like to say personal things, not to expose my my weaknesses or the problems that I have, but so that I share it in a way so that people can gain strength from my weakness. Because when I was weak, strength knew me not. Now that I have become strong from my weakness, what people see is not my weakness, but my strength. You know what I'm going to do one day? I'm going to do a monologue of poetry. I love poetry. I see myself sitting down one day and just doing it like Maya Angelou. I'm going to find a time to do that and just talk and just talk. So people, I hope that now they see my strength and don't even know how I got here. But there were so many weaknesses along the way. And so as we're talking, I was about to go into one weakness more. And she said, listen, starting over is never difficult. She said, it's never difficult. It's accepting to start over. That's what's difficult. But once you accept it, she said, baby girl, you don't even know what I've done. So as a woman, I want to encourage you. Self-care, self-compassion. There are boundaries for everything. Set your boundaries. Manage your time wisely. Be productive in the goals that you set. Now, let me go to the gossiping part. Relationship and dating. Are they the same? Relationship and dating. Are they the same? They have serious and casual dating. Really? What is serious and what is casual? They have serious and they have casual dating. What is serious? What is casual? What is relationship? Yes. Self-care, self-love, self-assurance. I love it. I love how you say it. Somebody said, and I think it's this same woman who's writing this thing, she said to me, some there and I, as I thought about what Marjorie said to me the other day, I no, they are not the same. No, they're not the same. I'll come back to it. They're not the same. But she said something to me in one of our conversations to the point like, I saw your weaknesses. I know what you've been through. But people out there don't even know. They just see your strength. And Marjorie saying that to me validated that even me, in my weakest moment, I try to be strong. And so I hope that even when I was weak, people didn't see my weakness, they saw my strength. So as a woman, as we celebrate this, we have to be able to embrace everything. We have, if it means that you have to go out there and learn things and ask people to help you and ask questions. To embrace equity is to stand up. Bugao, to stand up and say, I'm capable. I can do that. Self-care. Care for you. Self-love. Love on you. Self-assurance. I got this. I can do it. So for this Women's Month, we now come to the end. We're talking about a relationship and dating. Some people say they're in casual dating. Some people say they're serious dating. Relationship and dating, are they the same? Some relationships, people don't date in it. Some dating, whatever you have, there's no real relationship. So they're not the same. So I hope that if you're not in this 2023, that I'm going to close with what Marjorie has submitted here. Self-care, self-love, self-assurance. You have to say to yourself, I love me first. I'm caring for me. And I can assure myself that I will do this. And I'm able to do this. Believe it or not, it's 8:02. I did it. Yes, I did it. So, embrace equity. It's 2023. For those of you who have been watching us, we thank you for watching us this evening. This has been another episode of GeesBeeCee Network, Women with Words, because we are a network. We have corporation on our emblem, but we are a whole network. We have people all over. We've extended our hands to countries, to other countries, all over the place. Yes, you have to love yourself first. And so we are in GeesBeeCee. It's a network. When we started, it was just me doing my little funny thing. Now we have a lot of people. All of you are a part of this GeesBeeCee network. All of you. So gradually we're going to get there. We're not there yet. We have 2 shows in this network. We have Women with Words and we have Us Kings. But the network, everyone is a part of. And who knew we will be here today taking it from the car and the drive and the walking. I remember I used to say I was losing weight. And look at where we are today. Next week, guest. Next week's guest. I am so excited about next week's guest. So excited about next week's guest. It is none other than a very loving, caring. We're talking to women this month. We're talking to women. We're talking to powerful women. We're talking to women that we can identify with. We're embracing equity. Our guest next week is Dr. Benetta Collins, working as a physician in Liberia. This woman right here will be here next week. Dr. Collins will be here. She will tell us about some of the challenges that she has faced as a physician. She will tell us some of the organizations that she's worked with. She will tell us some projects she's been working on. We'll talk about her schooling, where she went to school. We'll talk about what continues to drive her. This woman has been up and down. A few years ago, she lost her husband. She hasn't given up. She continues to serve Liberia and serve its people. So next week, Thursday, we want to honor Dr. Collins as we interview her, but we also want to acknowledge her for the many, many things that she has done. So we want to say thank you to all of you for watching. And until next week, Thursday, this is Glendy Jane Juniors. Thank you to our sponsor for sponsoring this episode. Our play, of course, reach out to Wallingport, new professional media business, mind in the media in the mind. He's doing everything: video recordings, Zoom meetings, what's it called? These looking at your picture in front of the sky and all of those things. So as we close, we're going to close with the ad from our sponsor, Mr. Wallingport of M4M.